Hello, ModifiedRabbit here. Let me turn this light down just a tiny bit. It's been a minute. Alright, get it to where it's not pointing directly at my bed. Okay, so it's been a while. I really hope that you can hear me. I've got like a little lapel mic. If you can, if you're watching, I see one person is watching right now. Um, if you can hear me, let me know. If you can't hear me, let me know. Because it's a new little mic. I got a little lapel mic. I'm still working on trying to get my new camera to do lives because there's a lot of different really weird connection things going with it, and I'm not an electronics person. Those that know me, I'm very opposite of that. I kind of repel electronics. They tend to not work for me. Uh, all that good stuff. So I really hope that this little mic right here is working. But today, I really hope it is, because if not, then this whole live is going to be really weird. Anyway, today we're doing the Beauty Bay Pastel palette. Let's see. I'm going to turn this down because I don't want this webcam is about had it. You guys can see my ceiling. It's gross back there. I'm sorry for my surroundings. We're working on that. But anywho, back to the palette. So we've got a very beautiful pastel palette to go over today. And I've been wanting to get some of the Beauty Bay palettes and stuff recently. They've got some really gorgeous looking palettes. The Beauty Bay palettes are very affordable. So I've been very much wanting to review some of them, and I know it's been a while since I've done any reviews, so I'm very excited. I've been dealing with my fibro and trying to get the pain management under control and stuff, which has caused a lot of sleeping issues and stuff like that. It's just a whole process. So I'm excited to feel up enough to just do any of this. Also, for those of you that don't know, I have shirts on my Etsy, which I do have linked in the description. I've got not only this design, which is really nifty, that I drew myself. I've got a Save the Bees design that I just launched this month, and like 10% of any of the purchases goes to beinformed.org. I'm going to be donating that once I get at least $10 and the donations up for that, let alone more. And I've also got a Fallen Angel design that I released at the end of last month. So well, anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm so awkward right now because it's been so long and I have sniffles. I'm so sorry. Anyway, for those of you that are going to be new to watching my videos, if you enjoy it, please subscribe. I would definitely appreciate that. Hit the bell and everything, because I do the lives a lot. I, again, repel technology and electronics, so like video editing is like a thing that I don't do a lot of. I prefer to do this live anyways, because then there's no, you get to see what you get, type thing. But again, I'm still working with my camera, my nice camera, to try and get those into this live stuff, because it shows colors a lot better than what I can show you with this webcam. But we do it, we can. But you don't get to, you don't have to worry about seeing all like these filters that are added in editing, jump cuts, editing out anything bad with the makeup or my reactions. It's just pure me. You get to see what you get to see, and I kind of prefer it that way for my whenever I look up a palette and I want to see how it is doing. So we're going to go ahead and just jump right into this. As usual, I've got a non-primed eye and a primed eye, just so we can do a test of both of those. So you'll get to see what it'll look like on a non-primed eye, and you'll get to see what it'll look like on a primed eye. So we'll be doing the same exact thing on both eyes. And yeah, I can't wait to jump into this. Pastels tend to make me look a little pasty. I'm already pale myself. but you know, I still really have been looking forward to this. So all right, so we're gonna do what we usually do first is swatching. So I'll be swatching on my arm all of these shades, and then we'll get into the eye look, pick a few shades that I want to do, which are probably going to be like blue and pink and purple or something like that. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and velvety. Get started. These are very soft. Again, if you're watching this, please in the chat let me know if you can hear me or not, or how well you can hear me, because this mic is new. So I would greatly enjoy the feedback while I'm doing the live, just in case I need to correct anything, because I do have another mic if I need to. So, all right, so we've got these first three shades that we're going to do. Let this focus on it. That one's a little bit dusty, but it's still stuck on my fingers pretty good, so I think it'll stay on my eyelids pretty well. As you guys can see, they are pastel. It's very pretty colors. They go on pretty solid for the swatches at least. So, it's been so long, I forgot to prepare my wipes to get all this stuff off. So you get to hear all the crinkles, if you can hear me at all. Alrighty. Okay. Now, we will get some more shades after I dry my hands off and dry my wrist off. 3 more. We get the yellow. I'm going to take this, throw that away because it's getting in the way. We get the yellow, and we have an orange, which is more of like a neon than a pastel. This yellow might be a little patchy. And definitely have to blow that off. And then we get a green. This yellow looks a little bit patchy. We'll see. Oh, that comes out pretty good. And that orange actually ended up being slightly more patchy than the yellow. That's same with the green. These are very soft shades, so these are definitely seem a little more neon than the pastel. But you know, that's kind of expected with these specific shades. They're still pretty pretty nice. They're not too horribly patchy. Yellow slightly, but not too bad. Can be worked with. I'm actually very much enjoying these shades pretty good right now. This pastel shades aren't usually my kind of thing. I usually tend to go with dark shades. I love the gothic style and stuff, you know. So like dark shades are definitely my thing. Lots of black, red. If I go for a light shade, it's kind of more of on the silver end of things. So, all right. So we get the last 2 colors, which is going to be that yellow is just like woo, all over the place. There's just going to be a pink and a purple. These do have names, but honestly, I don't tend to bother with those. And these do feel very nice. They're very smooth feeling when you're, you know, going to swatch them out of with your fingers and such. That purple is like, you're definitely gonna have to pile on a couple of layers. This pink shade though, it's come out nice and strong. This purple though, you're just, let's see if I can get a second layer on it. A little better with a second layer, but it's definitely, you definitely need a couple of layers with that. So the purple's not as strong of a shade, but it still will work for what we want. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and get started on the eye look. Again, no primer on that side, and we'll go through all that. And then we'll just kind of do a little bit of a basic review of these things. Pardon me, every time I get makeup out, I'm sure I have some sort of allergy or something, or it's like, you know, the dust or something like that, but I'm just like, sniffles. There's also, sorry about that. There's also a little bird, like they like to nest in this thing back here, and so if you hear birds, that's where that's coming from. All right, so we're probably gonna. I'm gonna use the blue, um, this type of pink right here, and this purple. So we'll. I got my brushes already ready to go. That yellow just went everywhere. All right, so we'll start with the. I'm very used to loose shades, as you can see. So we're going to start with the unprimed. And again, I'm very pale, so it's kind of hard to see these shades on me, especially with, this camera. I can't wait to get my other camera working, but we're going to go ahead and just like do a fade out with this blue, which isn't going to help you guys see it very well, but So I want this blue on the outside, honestly. Here we go. And I have very hooded eyes, so this is, hopefully you guys can see everything once it's all done. Here we go. Is the unprimed side, and we're going to go with the prime side. I'm not getting a whole bunch of fallout yet, so, oh goodness. The primed side definitely, it clings very well to primer, so that is definitely really nice. You know what? I kind of want to go up this way with it. So we're gonna go a second. We're gonna do 2 layers because it seems like 2 is all we are going to need to get it nice and showing up the way I want. So this is 1 layer, and we'll go and do 2 on both sides. And it's going to be the same on both sides, but you might see one side better than the other because again, one side is primed and one side is not. So that's pretty good right there. Get this second little bit right here going. All right, now we're going to go ahead and go in with the second layer for both of these. I'm going to pat that on there because I don't really need to spread it so much. A little bit of fallout onto my lashes, but not too bad. It doesn't seem to really affect the skin below though, so that's really great. That's the main worry for fallout that I have. All right, second layer here. I can definitely see it a little better with the primer, just a little bit. It's actually pretty good even without primer. For those that, if you're on a budget, which these Beauty Bay palettes seem to be pretty great for a budget, honestly, price point wise. But if you're on a budget and you don't really have primer, which back when I first started doing my makeup, I didn't use primer ever. And I still managed pretty good. You just have to pack it on a lot better. But this seems to be almost exactly the same. Just a little more smooth on the side because, you've got that primer to cling on to. Again, please, if you cannot hear me, let me know because this is a new mic. So, all right. So we've got our blue on, and I'm really liking how that's going right there. I always go a little bit lower on this eye because I've always got this eyebrow piercing in the way, but it's all right. Okay, so we're going to go with the purple next, and this was one of the ones I was a little worried about, which is one of the reasons why I'm definitely picking it, because I'm wondering if it's going to be too soft. going on as well, and it's looking like it might be. So we might have to we're gonna just do the 2 layers like, we've been doing for the blue. So yeah, this is barely visible. So this purple seems to be the weak link in this palette. So if you really want it for the purple, I'd definitely try something else. Another palette for the purples or something. But it seems this blue is absolutely gorgeous, and the others from the swatching, they seem to do really, really well. All right, let's go for this side. We've got primer over here, so it doesn't really do much good to have the primer. It doesn't really help much. The purple just does not want to show up very well, honestly. So yeah, definitely the weak link in this palette is the purple. Okay, so we've got our purple, and now I'm going to go ahead and do this pink up here on the actual part of the lid. Tap that off. Non-prime side. Ooh, that shows up real nice. And again, I haven't really had any fallout issues where it's like any sort of noticeable other than on my lashes. So that's pretty nice for a cheap palette. And the Beauty Bay stuff is often on sale, like their palettes and such. So that's really nice. This actually wants to clump a little bit, this pink. So I kind of have to like dust that a little bit. Here we go. And that's pretty good on, 2 layers on the non-prime side. So I'm kind of excited to see how it goes on the prime side. Even though we've got a lot of that purple over the top already, but oh yeah, definitely nice and smooth. Even just 1 layer amounts to the same as what you would do 2 layers on the non-prime side. So I'm very excited about that. And I plan to do a nice pastel look here soon before the end of April, which I'll be posting on my Facebook. And I've got links to all my social media down, well, except for my Twitter, because I don't really use Twitter that much. I've been trying to get into, using it, but if I do, I'll start posting that in the description as well. All right, so I do have a lot of dust from, swatching and from my brushes, so you can see, but no fallout. Yeah, no fallout. See, I've got nothing else on my face except for the primer on this eye. So no fallout, which is really great. See, you got a nice little pastel palette, especially if pastels show great on you. They don't on me, but looking at it, I'm going to turn this down so you can hopefully see it a little bit better. But looking at it in person, on me, that's actually pretty dang bright. Usually pastels, you can't see them on me. I fight with pastels all the time. It's horrible. Pastels just don't do it for me a lot of time for shades. And even like my favorite makeup company, which is Concrete Minerals, I have a hard time with pastel shades. I just really am, they just don't look great on me. They make me look pasty, pastels do. So but this is a pretty nice pastel palette. It's pretty bright. Though again, I would consider 3 of those colors to be neons and not pastels, but I think it's a pretty great palette for how much it is. You get a good bang for your buck with this little pastel palette. I think it's great. Again, the purple is the weak link in this palette. It's the purple. So if you're wanting a pastel purple, you want to try something else. But the rest of these shades in here look like they're pretty dang good. Definitely, the other two shades that I have on my eye right now, which is one of the pinks and the blue. They're gorgeous, though the purple being a little bit muted as compared to the rest kind of makes it a really good transition shade from the pink, between the pink and the blue. So it's a really nice little transition shade. So that's really nice, at least. So you can use the purple, something, you can do something with it at least. So there's that. But yeah, that is the Beauty Bay Pastel palette. Usually these lives don't usually last very long when it comes to small palettes like this, but I will do a large Beauty Bay palette sometime soon. I did get a couple of those. I got a matte one, and I got one that has like I believe like shimmers or foils. And if any of you know me, I love the shimmers and foils, so so I had to have that. So I do have a couple of large Beauty Bay palettes to um, do a live with sometime. I'm hoping to get back into the swing of things soon, now that I've gotten things a little more under control with my pain management. Again, shirts, they are available. I have my Etsy link below. This artwork is what I did this myself, and then I have them printed through a printing company. So yes, I have all sorts of things on my Etsy, but this is one of my more favorite and more popular items. It's my favorite, and it happens to be the most popular item that I have on my Etsy. So um, if you'd like to, show a little support or anything and have a nifty cool shirt, there's that. Or, there's some donation links below as well to get more palettes and do reviews and stuff. Any little bit helps. But I'm not sponsored or anything, obviously. I'm very little YouTube channel. So again, if you enjoyed, I hope you did. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe. Again, I do plan to update my camera. I have a really nice here, I'll just show you guys because I'm very excited about it again. I've had the camera itself for a good couple months now, but I just got a new lens that picks up colors a good bit better than the original lens with this camera, and stuff that'll help keep the light from coming in at me from everywhere to fade things out. And it's just and it can connect and do lives. I just have to figure out the whole connection ordeal and everything like that, which I will get. I'm just not great with electronics and digital things, so it takes me a little longer to get going than most people with stuff like that. But eventually I will get to this, and we'll have so much better. And when I do get around to it, once I get through all of the rest of the palettes that I plan to review, I will probably go back and just kind of look into palettes like this one, stuff like that, that I think deserve a little bit better quality to show you guys the colors, ones that I enjoyed a lot. And we'll just like review, take a look at those. So I really hope that this lapel camera or the little lapel mic did the trick today. If so, then great. If not, then investment not well spent. But I really hope it did. I'll be taking a look at the video just to review it and make sure that it did a good job and did its job and all that good stuff, because otherwise it's having this hung up with the mic pointing near me, and it's just not a great setup. And I'm just really working on it. I don't have a lot of money to work on it, but I've been working really hard to get things updated and doing better. I'm also hoping to get a better laptop. The one that I have it can't handle all the files because I had got it to try and start um, editing my actual makeup looks that I do the videos, so I can actually put those videos out on my YouTube. But it kind of doesn't really hold that much, and it kind of slowed down a lot since I didn't have it updated to Windows 10. And now Windows 10 costs money instead of it's free, because I'm dumb and I don't like to update things a lot when updates come out, because I'm just really bad with all the electronic stuff and keeping up with things. So I kind of screwed myself over on that. So my laptop is just like right now. So I need to work on getting a better laptop, and I have one in mind. And I'm hoping that if my Etsy takes off, I can update that and just keep updating things as I go. So I plan to, uh, get better quality stuff over this year or so. So I hope y'all can stick with me through it. I'll have a picture of this up on my Facebook, so you guys can get a little bit better of a look at. I'll take it with this camera, so you guys can get a little bit better of a look at these colors. See, as you can tell, like no matter how dim I do this, unless I turn this light off completely, which then you can't see anything anyway as well because too much dark. So it's just like, again, I can't wait to get this because this will help with too much of the light hitting me so that you guys can actually see how smooth that is as compared to this side. But I will have a nice photo posted up on my Facebook. So if you want to go ahead and take a look there, and go ahead and give me a follow there or anything like that, I'll have that posted up here probably in about 10 minutes after the live because I like to take multiple photos and pick the nicest one and make sure that it's edited enough to where you guys can see more true to color. Because I like to make sure, because there's which I hopefully won't have to do much for editing going off of this one because this actually does catch colors really well. And that's been a thing that I've been dying to get a hold of, a nice camera lens and stuff that captures color so well. So yeah. Anywho, I guess I will go ahead and get going because I will just babble on forever and ever. If you guys let me, and obviously, there's no one to stop me from babbling. So as usual, I'm very bad at saying goodbye, so I'm just going to go ahead and go bye.